want to grow as a grower? Are you tired of being put to sleep by your educational growcasts? Are you tired of hearing about products you don't fucking want and can't afford? Are you tired of being told how you should grow? Hi, I'm Johnny Apple, and joining me is everyone's favorite amphibian, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Join us as we sift through the bullshit on the internet and try to get better as growers. This is Your Average Grow.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, a lot has seemed to have changed, dude. Why is it so fucking early?
'Cause we're busy motherfuckers.
That's right, man. We're
we
trying
needed
something new.
Do a fucking wake and bake episode, bro.
Yeah, it's exciting. So I woke up this morning just a few minutes ago, took Captain out, got on my bike and hopped up and smoked some of this banana milk. And
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit, dude. I'm ready to fucking go.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. It's more energetic than I need. So I've been awake for about 30 minutes. And what a pleasant way to start my morning by talking to you.
I'll take it. I've been up for an hour and a half or whatever, took a shower, and just kind of jumped into Discord. A couple guys were asking us a bunch of fucking questions and whatnot, and it's like, oh shit, we got to record. Let's go.
Hell yeah. It's always good to wake and bake, especially because Megan wasn't here last night. So it was just me and the dog. So I was super excited to just wake up and get started.
Oh, hell yeah. So the banana milk, it's fucking what was it? That's a fucking Nukehead strain, I think. They had gotten a long time ago. And I happened to have a winner and I lost that mom. But yeah, that was like the last of whatever I had left that you got there.
Yeah, it's
I enjoyed it as a medicine, man. It was doing me fucking wonderfuls.
It is. I can see it. It was smooth as shit. It smelled very Windexy on the grind, and I think that it still tasted that way. And it had a very earthy taste. It was good. It's not my favorite turfs, but it was. Right. I mean, I just smoked I've smoked 6 joints of it already, so I'm not complaining. It's fantastic stuff. But the medicine, like just the effects are glorious. Like I said, it was like I don't drink coffee much. I don't really need it or anything. So this feels like a fucking shot of espresso.
Oh, dude, that is so fucking dope. We had remember that what was it last weekend we were recording and we got off and I showed you that thing we got from the fucking dispo or whatever. It was like 2 grams of flour, a 1/4 gram of keef, and a 1/4 gram of concentrate. Yeah. You want to
I want to before you say Yag always gets off, baby. But yeah, that was a hell of a mix.
So we finished that goddamn thing, and the next thing I know, I'm on my fucking hands and knees sweeping the goddamn basement floor. Like, oh fuck, there's a spot of dog hair over here. Like, holy shit, what is in this stuff?
Oh, it's the ADHD medicine. You got to figure out what that was stuff, man. You gotta hide it though. Your whole house will be spotless. Can't take too much of it.
Not my house. I got too many goddamn walls torn out and too much fucking drywall hanging and.
You've got too many projects. It's fucking badass.
Well, it's like it's that old saying, like mechanics don't work on their own fucking cars.
Exactly.
Carpenters don't work on their own goddamn houses, because especially when you have ADD, because it's like, oh shit, this has got to get done. Oh shit, that's got to get done.
Yeah, your priorities change constantly. Yeah, also depending on how many joints you smoke. You're like, man, I never noticed this wall, but it's also who wants to swing a hammer after swinging hammer all day? Fucking
not me.
Yeah,
not me.
No, I try to work as little as possible always. But yeah, man, I'm excited to have just a regular Yag episode. I fucking just got ready to plant and shit, so I'll start with what I wanted to, or what I did recently and what I'm waiting on and running this because it's pretty short, right? I harvested like 3 weeks ago now. And then I took everything down, not everything down. I just chopped and then moved the shit out of the 2x3 because that becomes my drying temp. And then I, re-amended. I top dressed, re-amended, got everything ready, sprayed it a little bit with some microbes. And then I let it sit for 2 weeks as it dried. And then I finally got everything planted and did my 48-hour soak last night or the night before. Can't remember at this rate.
48 hours. You soak your seeds?
No, I rehydrate them. Like I always make sure to get a big dose of microbes and like a percentage of the pot of soil. That's how much water I put into, Like
Okay.
I always make sure I'm dealing with the same moisture level going into when I plant. And then so I'll spray it with water, wait 48 hours, and then I'll plant. And then from then on till like whenever they express it, just mist the top.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's kind of, you load the soil beforehand. But yeah, so I got all that.
So you're not doing no-till?
I am.
Okay.
I just didn't. I didn't do
third round then with these.
Yes, this will be the third round.
Hey, dude.
Yeah. So when I chopped, I did a huge top dress like right before, and I got everything with the craft blend. Shit, what did I put? Bokashi, some other stuff. I can't remember. I just domed a couple of joints to make this happen. So my train's going to be a little off, but
now you see every episode I was on Banana Milk. Now you see where the fuck I was at.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But no, so I got those tops dressed, right? Got everything going. But when I did, I actually did take out the root ball on, not like I just kind of twisted and lifted, right? And I put that Build a Soil starter soil in place. Yeah, I put that in place and kind of just soak that. So I'm going to give that a shot. And then I'm doing regs in the 2x4 in both the earth boxes. I'm doing regs. I guess I should talk about what I'm going to grow. But in the frontmost earth box, I'm doing Forgetful Wedding from BGG. And then in the back one, I'm doing Reality Bender by Reserva Privata Automatica, our buddy Stoney the Night Owl. Yeah. That's a Galaxy Brain cross to his Stoney Strawberries, which is strawberries, milk, and cookies. And so it's a whole bunch of fun that I'm excited for. And then of course I'm doing Dazed in the 2x3. So I'm trying new with a CD start, and then third round of no-till. So I'm excited. Still pulling down the Johnny Tech. The soil still looks pretty. It's not too compacted. Obviously one of them, the one that's going with the Forgetful Wedding, I didn't have to do much to because my last autoflower was stunted. So didn't
right. So there's plenty of nutrients in there. Like it probably had enough with the 7 gallons without a top dressing.
Oh yeah. She barely drank any water. It was stunted full around. So there's still, the soil hasn't started to break down because the worm casting, because that's the only thing I'm worried about, is it getting too compacted and just basically turning to nothing but worm castings.
Yeah.
But after going on 3, it hasn't happened yet. So I know there's people who've done multiple rounds. I wonder what the uppermost limit is.
I think I'm on 4 or 5 with one of mine. I can't tell which one because there's so many of them getting fucking rotated, but one of them I've had the longest and it hasn't been dumped yet. So I think that's on 4.
Fuck yeah. And then also, I forgot, I'm doing the Bonsai too. I'm doing one of the Frogs mix of the Mysteries. And then I'm doing one of Aussie Autos in a solo cup, one of the Juicies that we are sending out to people. And then I'm also in the Frostfire the Berserker solo cup grow off with Association of Free Weed. So I've got that going too. The pack is just over on that table where I'd read out the genetics right now, but there is downsides to banana milk sometimes too. But yeah, so that's already. I'll be planting tomorrow when BGG seeds get here. So he held us all up because he decided to go on vacation, to some beautiful place and near you, of course. No, I'm just
yeah, he's like 2 hours away, 2.5.
Fucker. No, he had a very successful job, and I'm super excited. So what do you got going on, man?
No, I wanted to ask you about what's your plan for your regs. You said you were growing regs. What's your plan? You gonna
Yeah.
plant like 2 or 3 in each earth box and hope to get a
Yeah.
female?
Yes. So I'm doing 2 in each earth box, offset from each other, which is kind of a bitch because I'm gonna have to, because I'm sticking 2 earth boxes in a 2x4, and I have to take into account that I have to be able to reach the tube to put water down. So I'm
Mhm.
just I'm playing my hand a little bit where I'm planting on either side so that it is theoretically possible to turn them both around. However, I'm kind of, one option would leave me with, I'd have to jerry rig funnels and tubes to kind of be able to water, which I did last time. It's a pain in the ass, but it'll be worthwhile. I'm just hoping the one where it's laid out now, where the 2 that I planted are, those are the ones that I hope are female and the ones I want to keep. But
Yeah,
that's a perfect world, so it's not going to happen.
it never does. Like fucking my haze that I had growing. I told you I
Hmm.
lost. So what did I think I started with 5 on that one. I had a helmet head
Yeah.
on that. So I ended up with 4. I lost one seedling. I think it dampened off or popped the helmet off of it or something like that. So I ended up with 3 out of the 5. So all of them I just planted. And then one of them was just so stunted and just like unhealthy looking. I ended up pulling that and left 2 to go and rage. And those fucking 2 like were covering 3/4 of my 4x4 tent that I have the applesauce and
Yeah.
white sauce in. And they were males, both of them.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
It was a pretty sick setup, but that was bad luck all around, man. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of
just
anticipating, in typical Yag fashion, what I imagine is going to happen, and this is no shade on either of those breeders. It's nothing to happen, but I imagine I'm going to get nothing but male for every fucking one I plant because it's my luck, right? Like I'm just going to be like, plant 15 seeds, get 15 males. That's how I see Yag happening. But it'll be fun, right? I'm hoping I get a choice like Ideal World for females, get to pick the best, but I think I'll get chances are I'll get one of each. But yeah,
oh
sometimes you
yeah.
get the bad luck. Like you get 2 dudes in that beautiful tent where you're like, fuck.
Oh man, and they were studly looking males too. Especially the one on the left, just man, I kept having to bend it out of the way and move it so that the sauces could get some light because it just kept going and going. I mean, you know how a fucking haze grows. They're
Oh yeah.
lengthy anyways. But then you add a male into the mix, and I just couldn't keep them at fucking
Mm.
bay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I couldn't wait any longer on them, I had to flip the whole tent. I wish I had given my sauces a little more time to veg. Especially now because they're the only 2 in a whole 4x4 and they're only covering, I don't know, a third of the tent now, maybe. So I got a
Yeah,
fucking whole 4x4 that's not covered up.
that's crazy. I'll just apologize. We were talking about your sauces, and then I had to just get so excited I left.
Yeah, no worries. I was saying how like they're only taking up like a third of the tent, so I wish they had gotten more veg time. But
Yeah.
they did once they got the light that they did, they've spread out nice. And I think what am I like fucking week 3 or so? They're starting to get that fucking Guy Fieri look. And they're really thickened up. Like their stalks were a little thin in the beginning, and I think they're like getting more airflow now. So the stalks are
Oh, hell
starting to
yeah.
fucking thicken up. The buds are densening up, way nicer. But I still wish they had gotten more veg time. But that's my
Fuck yeah.
applesauce and white sauce.
That applesauce I'm excited to hear about
Yeah,
because
I can't wait.
when when we were talking about apple turps, BGG was mentioning about his applesauce and what he had experienced, and because we were having a hard time. I think some of the Hella Jelly had it right. One Fino.
So the mom that I kept, my number 3. So I'm calling it HJ3. HJ3, when she's growing and she hits like week 7 of flower, it smells like a red delicious apple.
It's crazy.
Now, those terps don't really translate into the smoke, but it's still a very fruity, very sugary candy terp
Nice.
effect. And it's just the way she grew was phenomenal. It was definitely the mom. Dude, it's a pain in the ass that I'm bonsaiing
I
this
know.
fucking thing though, because she just keeps going and going, especially because I'm running the autoflowers next to her.
Yeah, you got to keep her. You got to keep her contained in such a like in a way to keep everything away, and it's hilarious because you've got like bends on bends on bends and bends.
Yeah, it's all just knotted up. It's fun. It's a fun little fucking thing to play with, but it is like it's a constant keep up because I'm pushing that tent to the max.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
fuck, dude! I didn't tell you the fucking peppers that were in there that I had growing. So I
oh
chopped
yeah.
those down, but I only left like a little bit of fucking green on the stalk. I chopped the stalks down, and each one of the three, the Bueno Miertas, the Sugar Rush, and the fucking jalapenos, they're all starting to come back up. It was like, aha, these things
That's
are
so
fucking cool. The
cool.
only reason I left that, it was just to see like what are they gonna do with the constant light and the constant fucking temp and humidity? Like, what do peppers fucking do? I'm just curious. So I was just playing around.
Have you eaten them raw, or did you just go straight
Oh
for your
yeah, dude,
sauce?
those fucking Sugar Rush peaches are nice. They're
Yeah.
very sugary, they're very sweet, and they have a heat to match.
And those were
Um,
artificials, right? Shout out
yeah,
Herb.
yeah, Herb sent me those. And I harvested all the ones that were in there, and I've got them in the freezer. So I'm gonna make a hot sauce with those, and then I got a whole other one outside that's trying to finish up. Those ones just aren't ripening yet, but oh man, they're so cool, and I'm hoping they're at least gonna make some sort of a hot sauce, even if it's not
That's
like
cool.
a fucking Sugar Rush striped uh Verde hot sauce or something because they didn't fully ripen. But man, I can't wait because that plant that's outdoors, it was way late outside, and it just put a late push on it. It is full of big, beautiful fucking Sugar Rush peppers. So,
How amazing.
oh
How
man,
was
it's getting to
how
fucking
was
harvest.
your summer overall?
It was bad. Uh, my my tomatoes, they like got blight. There was just so much water this year that the
Yeah.
tomatoes that got blight, and then I just started seeing it, and I was like, oh well, that was it. And then they had another push, and I didn't clamp them up, so they've all like bent over now, laying down with heavy tomatoes. I got what I got, so I saved every fucking tomato I could for making sauces and whatever, but it didn't do what it should have done. The pickles did. Like I got 3 fucking gallons of pickles that I
Damn.
fermented.
That's
Yeah,
3
that was
gallons
nice.
too many.
Not for me. I love them goddamn
Yeah,
pickles.
you
Oh,
do.
they're so good on
You're a
sandwiches.
pickle fiend, dude. You fiend for the pickle in more ways than one.
Oh, I am one of them weirdos, yeah.
No, it's okay.
Everything else did good. Like I got some broccoli. I'm gonna try and save the seeds this year and grow the same broccoli again next year. And then I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Herb also sent me some fucking pumpkin seeds from like
shit.
world record grower pumpkins. So these can
That's
be
right.
like 100+ pound pumpkin fucking seeds. So that's definitely going to happen next year. I think I'm going to put it in one bed and just try and grow one pumpkin with it. Just
Hell
one
yeah, dude.
fucking big one.
Those things are epic. It takes a lot of work to get them that big too. If you wanna go for that, I saw some documentary on what the fucking shit they do. But I have a pumpkin plant going right now, and I'm about ready to chop it down because it's just fucking way too hot and it's already susceptible to pests. And then I thought I saw some powdered. I can't say that word this high. PM,
Powdery mildew?
yeah, on one of the leaves.
I call it PM because I have a tongue like the fucking, well, you know my tongue.
Yeah. We just heard evidence of me attempting to say that word right now. I'm not going to. It's my tongue can't work that word. But yeah, so anywho, that I'm excited to see you go for a world record pumpkin. You know what?
I'm gonna see what I could do.
I got a question. Do you still carve pumpkins? Like for Halloween at all?
Nah, I wasn't. Nah, no.
Okay. I do agree with Megan. I was like, hey, Megan, we should get some pumpkins to carve, right? I may or may not have been stoned. That's not important to the story right now. But she goes, no, carving pumpkins is ridiculous and stupid. And I was like, whoa, that seems like a harsh thing to say about a pumpkin carving. But where do you stand? Are you pro or anti-carving?
I would carve like on a date or whatever, like just the two of you, if that's what you meant. Like,
okay,
yeah, I
right.
would totally do that for fun. Like, I wouldn't think that's corny. No, it's fall.
See, I think she doesn't like it because she thinks it's icky or some childish thing. Happy birthday, babe. Yeah, I don't want to make a mess. That's probably what it is. She already has to deal with me. Anyhow, I thought that was a weird tangent because I like carving pumpkins, and like I don't get down with pumpkin flavor much or anything, and I don't do the pumpkin
Same.
spice, but I dig the fall, so it's all kind of in there. But the important thing is that it is actual pumpkin and not squash like some other crazy people think.
This episode is sponsored by a lubricant.
Anyway,
Oh, shit.
yeah. So I this has gone off the rails, but I did want to mention one thing that we were talking about. Soil tests. So you've done a soil test. You've done two, right?
I have. So I did one on the soil that I mixed and basically made myself. So that soil, what it was, oh shit, what was it? It was the coast of Maine Cuddy Stonington
Stonington.
one. Yep, it was Stonington. So I'd gotten that from one of the local garden shops. I was like, oh, cool, Stonington blending. It's fucking $10 cheaper a bag than it is at all the fucking grow shops. Cool, bring that shit in. So I had grown 20-gallon pots. I put it in 4 20 gallons, and I had grown, I think, around with that. And then I had gotten the big bed, so I took all of that and just dumped it and re-amended it into my 3x3 bed. And then I had grown, the F1s, I think, of the Tangies.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was the first round in that, plus with the fucking clover issue and God, whatever the hell I did. So I was definitely having an issue. I went overboard on that, and we needed to know what the fuck was in it. So I sent out a soil test on that. Now, what I had done was I went for the saturated paste test because I knew I had water issues. I'm on a well. There was something going on. So I wanted to send out for a saturated paste test. It wasn't the test I was looking for. Like it gave me enough information, but it wasn't the test. What you need is just the standard soil test. Here I could do a screen share. So I'll pull this up and we can see if we can manage to talk about it and explain it enough with the visuals you and I can see, and but like here it's the Logan Labs soil test. It gives you the sulfur, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. The saturated paste test, but I think what we got from it was I knew we were heavy in salts. So what that told me was there was a ton of shit being available, right? So
Yeah.
we started with it gave us holy fuck, I'm high too.
That's the
No,
point.
so we used SLF 100 or 1000, whatever
Yes.
it is. SLF 100.
Yes.
And we just grew around. But now Dad was having issues in his third round with the take and bake from Build a Soil. Mm-hmm. We've got a 100-gallon pot. We did the take and bake in that. We've top dressed a couple times, but he was showing some signs of something or other, some sort of deficiency. And it's like, okay, we'll send out and we got the regular sample test. So that comes with like, okay, your base saturation of calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, hydrogen, boron, iron, manganese, copper, and then it gives you your NPK as well. So it was, I forget what we had, but it was low in I think calcium and magnesium. I forget what it was, but it gave us exactly that. And we knew we were good on everything else to start this. So we just added just that and then grew the plants, and we've given it a top dressing now. Just but not by knowing that, we were able to like, all right, not jump the gun and go overboard and do what I had done. It was just like, okay, we're a little bit ahead of the ball game. We're a little low on this. That's all we need. Let's give it just that and carry on.
Oh yeah.
And it's really simple. I think, let me see if what's the costs? I did have that pulled up.
Is there only one company that does the test that make it like this accessible?
I think that Logan Labs is the standard. I think there is a couple other places that do it. But yeah, the standard test is $25.
Oh, right on. If you're having issues, you can
Yeah, and
definitely
so
get.
what you do is you literally you box it up yourself. If you go on their website, they'll tell you what to do. You fucking grab like 6 inches down in the soil. You grab that, you bag it up, and you box it up, and you fucking ship it to them with the sheet you fill out. So you fill out a sheet and you put it in the box with the sample. You send it to them, and they send you an invoice back. As soon as you pay the invoice, they send you your analysis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right
it's
on,
super
man.
easy. But
Obviously that's if you're having issues and you want to do it. I don't do tests, and I just re-amend. And I used to, before I've done the no-till Johnny's way, I just dumped out, re-amended, swapped out the other soil, and so on and so forth. But it's definitely an option. I just always hate advocating for people spending money. Because
I'm not advocating for it because
no, I know. I know.
The thing is you can do it without it. I was just curious, and the old man gets stressful because I don't have as much time as I should to get over there and give him his time and help him, because he just wants to water. He just wants to grow. He likes that, and he wants me to like worry about the hard shit. So I get it.
I agree.
He was just worried, and it was like, Dad, honestly, I don't know. I said, we can get a. He said, well, let's get a soil test. Cool. But his 2x4 tent is on like round 4 or 5 with a 2x4 bed in there, and we've never had that tested, and it rages every single time.
Hell yeah.
Every time. Like he just chopped the sauce down from in there, and dude, it was beautiful. Absolutely stunning. There wasn't a fucking mark on a single leaf. And the round before that, he was covered in spider mites.
Wow, that's right.
You know what
we
did?
Use to get rid of them? Yeah.
You know what we did? We shut down for a little bit and grew a different plant in it.
There you go.
Yeah, we sprayed Dr. Zyme a few times on while he was growing and everything else. I forget what we were. Oh, it was the skunk, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
I think it was. Yeah, his skunk. It was, and fucking Dr. Zymes kept him at bay to get us through harvest, and we fucking harvested, shut down for a little while, and just started back up. Like, cleaned a little bit, reorganized, and planted the fucking sauce in there and kept going.
And he just harvested. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's harvesting. So I took cuts of the Hella Jelly Mom.
Oh, nice.
Fucking put in that 2x4 for him.
You're gonna fill it out?
I took 4 cuts. I did the sandwich bag method. So we'll see what takes, what doesn't take. But yeah, I might do like 3 or 4. I was talking, was it Slayer 420 this morning?
Yeah.
He's got his 4x4, and he's got a monocrop running there. I think he was saying he's got 9 plants scrogged out. Beautiful. So it's just
it's gorgeous.
Real nice sea of green, and it's fucking scrogged out. Beautiful tent. So I was thinking about that too, like do 3 or 4 if all the cuts take, then
yeah, that'd be really
flowers
cool.
sooner. Yep.
Get more of the scrog pictures you take.
Oh yeah. I like scrogging, but sometimes I veg, so I'll put 4 plants in my 4x4, 4 different ones, and just it takes so long to veg them and get them to fill the way he had that covered.
Yeah, but the end result is gorgeous.
Absolutely, and the end result, it really is a fucking tent full of herb.
That's very true.
Yeah. But so I have a seeded out plant, and it's outside, and I started getting bud rot.
I know, it's devastating.
And
the
I need, dude, at least another week.
The summer's already been wet.
Oh,
and you've avoided it for so long, but it's been getting everybody, right? It's the end of the season. It's almost inevitable. But you only need what, a week, you think?
I'm hoping. So I'm probably going to lose half of it to the rot. And I'm hoping that by the time I hang it up, the rest of it doesn't fucking rot out, because it does. It eats the seeds too. I pulled up with a couple of buds that had the rot, and it fucking devours the seeds and everything, man. It's bad. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe the plant does something to protect itself from, or to protect the seeds, even if the flower rots. Like, who fucking cares? Because all I want is the seed anyways. And It doesn't. It just fucking eats right through.
Yeah, generally rot isn't a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Um,
But I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping to fucking at least get a few fucking hundred out of this thing.
yeah, and then continue on indoors. At least we know
Yeah.
that if it's going to be grown outdoors, you just got to cross it to some hardier shit.
Yeah. Yep.
but
So a couple of guys that I had started some seeds for here, they're growing the Godfather OG and the banana milks outside, and neither one of them are seeing signs of rot.
oh hell yeah!
Yeah, so that's fucking dope. That's good
When are they?
signs there
How
because
far away are they?
local, within a half hour from me.
No, I meant how far away are they from taking them down?
Oh, dude, they gotta. If they can go another week, they're gonna be lucky. I don't think they're in these conditions. They're gonna be able to last.
Yeah, it's getting.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, it's fucking raining and 50 degrees outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's like 67 and sunny, but it was fucking 95 yesterday.
oh yeah. Oh, it was hot here yesterday too. The last couple days has been fucking hot around here. It's like that last push of aha.
You know what makes great podcasting? Talking about weather.
Yeah, well,
um,
they're not listening to us for our grow ability. I'll fucking tell you that.
That's true. Amen. How's your tangy going, dude? And your merch?
Good, man. The merch is really, really short, and really, really bushy. And it is farther along than the tangy is. Like the tangy is showing a few little pistils as it continues to stretch out, and she just keeps getting lengthier and lengthier every day.
Oh yeah.
So
she's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's looking good. She's definitely not done stretching, so she's definitely got some more in her, and she's still spindly. So I know she's got some time to fucking girthen up a little bit.
Well,
but yeah, so I've started the Apple Dragon from 7 East to be my next run. I'm thinking those are gonna go in an earth box in my 2x4s.
Nice. How many did you start?
6? 6. So I started 6. And 2 of them lost helmets, or 2 of them had helmet heads. I tried to rescue one. I ended up popping the whole fucking head off. And the other one, I same thing. I like popped the cotyledons, and it's starting to look like the first set of leaves might actually come out. But I think what I'm doing is I'm used to planting in a like a seedling soil that's got peat and whatever, and they pack down a little bit nicer. I'm starting them in Happy Frog in my solo cups. So it's in Happy Frog, and it's really barky. So I'm thinking there's just not enough, like it might just push a piece of bark out of the way as its taproot goes down, but nothing's there to help it like pull its hull off.
It's an interesting thought.
That's what I'm thinking. And so I think I either need to go deeper or actually start them in like a seedling soil.
Yeah, I will also say deeper is always better.
Deeper penetration, baby.
Yeah.
No, but I'm happy with the fucking Happy Frog, man. That's why I keep planning in it. Everything seems to go good, like starting in Happy Frog on the solo cups. It seems to have enough time to get mature enough for me to plant them without any problem.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And I just water, I think, most of the time. Give them a little bit of water until they're ready to fucking plant. I don't even bother microbes or nothing. So that soil does pretty fucking good for seedlings.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the popular thing to do is what Happy Frog on top and Ocean Farm on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have done that.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. Yeah, it works out. I mean, well, I think one of the downsides is people say it has a lot of gnats, right? But BTI kills pretty much any gnats. Just start spraying, put it in your waterings, and give it time, and they go away.
Bingo.
Probably the easiest.
The fuck else? What I was just gonna say? That's so weird. So you got to piss?
No, I was Jesus. No, we have
No,
a
you said you got
private
a piss.
chat where I say that, motherfucker. No, I was gonna say I gotta feel bad for our audience listening to two fucking idiots in the morning talking about bullshit on this one. But it was in jest. What were you gonna say?
It's a wake and bake episode.
Amen,
That's how
dude.
our episodes go. I lost it again. Wow, what a fucking wake and bake it is, dude. So anyways, I remember what the fuck I was gonna say. I sent you some worm castings from my
No,
worm bin.
no, you sent me coffee.
Yeah, it was coffee.
Nastiest shit I ever drank, but I'm wide awake.
How delicious was that?
I saw the worm castings. I'm so excited. Coast to
So
Coast worm castings.
yeah, no, the reason I brought that up is a couple of guys were in the fucking Discord this morning. We're asking about castings and where we get worms, and I thought it'd be a
Oh.
fucking good conversation. We haven't really talked about worm castings in a while.
Very true. That gives a point to this episode. Thank God, so we don't have to throw it away. No, so all of the worms that I have come from a worm farm, actually. Not a worm farm. Well, it's a worm farm, but it's not a for-profit thing necessarily. It's like, in fact, I think it's a charity, but it's like a food lab. And they also have a worm farm attached so that they can kind of show things and you can pick up castings and some stuff for them. But it's part of an education process. And I got to know the guy and started talking to him. So I got some worms off of him. And in the garage where I do everything, I started a whole breeding area and stuff and got a ton of worms and worm castings. And we had plans to do other stuff that were put on hold because we had both started our own business at the same time and had all this other stuff. But it's slowly coming back. But yeah, I got all my worms local, and I've built. You got me a worm bin, one of the layering worm bins that got me started, and I maxed that out, and then I built a trash can worm bin, and then I got the whole breeding area. It's on shelves and all that set up. So that's my setup, and I just feed them leftovers. And one of the big ones that I was told by the worm farmer, wheatgrass. It's on, grow wheatgrass, flip it, and they will use it as bedding and eat it too. It's a very
You just like chop and drop it.
no, just built like I plant it in trays and put it on top as like a lid. It'll help keep the moisture too. And then you can add your scraps underneath it, like just like fucking sod. Think about putting the sod down on grass, similar to that.
Oh shit! Oh, because you're in an open tray, so I'm thinking of there's no cover on this. Then
Yeah,
the
so
wheatgrass just keeps growing.
you can if you have it. So like I have the trash can, and I have a trash can with a lid, right? And it's a flow through, much like the urban worm bin. But with the urban worm bin, what he does, his is outdoors, but he leaves the flap open and he just keeps wheatgrass on top of that.
No shit.
Yeah, and he does it in trays that covers the whole thing. It keeps pests out. He doesn't have to worry about the smell or anything, and they like to get in there and fuck, dude. And so,
So what is it like? Those like a screen tray? It's not like a solid bottom, so the roots can grow through.
No, he puts it in a plastic tray, and one of the cool things about wheatgrass is it germinates like mad, right? So you could just cover it in newspaper clippings or the fucking newspaper shreds if you wanted to. Water it and it'll grow a mat, and the roots mat up on itself, and you could just pop that out of the tray and put that on top of your worm bin.
Oh, okay, dope. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then they eat the newspaper too.
Yeah, they eat all that shit, and they get into the roots, and they love it. They
So do you have to keep a light over top of it?
That you can if you want to. Like his is outdoors, right? Like that essentially works the best outdoors. Right. I didn't keep the light on it, but you just know that the wheatgrass is gonna die.
I gotcha, but
it's resilient shit. If you have just regular light bulb lights, that stuff's pretty fucking resilient, right? It'll live for a while.
Fuck yeah! So where'd you get the wheatgrass seed?
You can buy it online, but where I used to work, we were doing experiments and stuff with it, so I had a lot of excess to mess with, and I literally just had black square plastic trays that I dump a bunch of seeds in and water, germinates and becomes wheatgrass. Now, the nutritional value of the wheatgrass is non-existent, right? I mean, there's a little bit of enzymes and stuff because there's no soil to take nutrients up from.
Right.
But you can change that that's one of the arguments to planting in certain, if you wanted to plant it in a soil or something like that, as opposed to just allowing it to just germinate, right? But that's also a whole nother thing. If you wanted to juice your wheatgrass, that's a whole can of worms. I'm just kidding. But so yeah, I mean, there's a lot to things you can do. So if you worry about feeding them, right? Like a lot of people worry that, oh, I won't generate enough food, but there's so many. I mean, coffee grinds too. But the best thing to do if you want to do it for specifically growing, as opposed to just composting and using and getting rid of food scraps, is just kind of plan what you put into it, right? There's all kinds of videos and stuff you can look into that will say, like, if you add this and this and this to their bedding, it helps with the NPK goals, right? Like, there are recipes to feed them to get a percentage of what it is. So it's a really interesting thing to do. We'll dive more into it when Yag's worm farm gets up and running again.
Fuck yeah, buddy. It's mine. I have the
one more point.
bag.
All right. Yes, I wanted to. There's levels to. If you just want to add worm castings, it's one of the best things you can do for your grow. Period. Right, for any grow, even house plants. Just it's amazing stuff, and it's great for topsoil rejuvenation. Like it's really a great thing. But there are levels to it, right? The best is the stuff you make, obviously, if in your local area. But then the second best is local, and then the third best is a trusted brand, and the fourth best would be whatever you can get, because you want the freshest, you want the microbes, you want all that stuff, but you want local. So if you're looking and you don't want to do it yourself, some people have an aversion to worms, like I know Megan did. You can completely avoid that and go to a grocery store, but make sure you get it as local as possible because you want it fresh.
Right. Hold on. My old man just walked in, and we're gonna have a sesh here in a bit. So I'll just finish this episode up real quick. No, I was gonna say the castings I sent you were really heavy in fruit. So I had gotten a shit ton of fruit from my last job. They had like plums and grapes and bananas all the time. So like when the shit would spoil because we couldn't eat enough of it, I would take like boxes of it and I would throw it right in the fucking worm bin.
Some flowers.
I know as I was sifting through that, there was like pits, like peach pits and plum pits. So I wanted to send you some because I know you do a lot of the solo cups. So I was thinking, dude, if you were using that with the solo cups and an autoflower, that might fucking give you a boost. That might be fun to see.
I'm gonna use it specifically for this round, dude. But your dad just got out of there. Let's end the episode so you can go sesh. I've got a really, really easy sermon this week because I'm gonna use the excuse of your dad showing up so I can be brief. But vanity is the destruction of the soul, dude. It goes along with our ego death mantra. Don't be a dick, mind your own business, and go with frog.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Go sesh with your dad, dude.
Word. Peace.